While the need for permanent residential buildings is on the rise in the world, Samburu, a nomadic pastoralist community in northern Kenya, still constructs their houses collectively known as Manyatta in a simple, traditional and somewhat primitive way. These Manyattas are primarily used as homesteads and for traditional and cultural ceremonies. They are usually constructed by women, where this is one of their vital roles in the community. Today we will show you how these houses are constructed. On the first day, the young and energetic women go to the nearby bush or forest to find timber commonly known as posts and shrubs to be used for during the construction. This is a purely women affair, and the journey is not for the faint-hearted, as it is exhausting and would take up to 5 to 6 hours. The old women remain back at home to look after the young children. At the forest, the women will cut small vines and branches from the shrubs, as others look for the posts that will be used to build walls and trusses for the house. After 6 hours, the women arrive with loads of posts and leaves. Usually they would rest that day and begin the construction process the next day, but in this video the women start construction on the first day. The young women are joined with the rest of the women and planning begins. The drawing and planning of these houses happen on site. Every woman contributes in this process. There are no experts, but the older women with often more experience are listened to. Before long, after they agree on the plan, the women get busy digging along the guys already laid down using machetes. By day 2, the foundation and layout of the house is visible, and soon the women will start another important step, putting the posts in place. At the corners of the house, they use thick and strong Y-shaped tip posts to give the structure a firm support required to carry the weight of the trusses and soil that will be used when roofing. The more experienced women and those with a keen eye on detail take lead in this process. There are no instruments for measuring and leveling. They only use their eyes to determine the level and the points to chop off. The stronger posts with Y-shaped tips are placed on the corners and in the middle of every wall and play a critical role. There is no Samburu home without these pillars.
Manata baby kishingaji ninye na alo ibungishi kuna ke yenge per na ninja bagulo itongolo ngaji o shongaji me tasho msuri na peke na golo ngopeta okuni kweshi kore le na ka tangenye na lompaga kenya dongope le mushu kore le ka tange adogi ngenye na peke mpaka dongope le mushu kore to gelle ka tangenye na lompaga mushu ala kore ta kenya be ponu kuna ke yayi na peke ngopende ngiji na peke ka ene na peke ka ene na peke do ngiji de ngopeta ile ta de yewu atu as no dumi da ite le nge na richena ninge ber na ya to sinyari ai goni o tuma ai go ingare na ai julju ai gonya julju.
As day 3 begins, the women are now busy plastering the walls. For this task, they use a mixture of soil, cow dung and ash. When properly mixed, this will provide a strong plaster for the house that they women regard here as cement. Loamy or clay soils are preferred for use. This will be gotten from the common anthills. The women use their feet and hands to carefully mix this until ready to be used as plaster.
Didi.
When the walls are done, the women now shift their focus to the roof. They start to use trusses with posts and lay them against the pillars at the corners of the house. The posts are arranged and angled in a manner that will provide support and also aid in drainage of water.
Niki bina kuna keka ngasini. Ai ton tore no bawa ko dungati. Yo buki bina na niki buko ko lai to gake. Na gol na ngaji na kada yo ta buki ko lagir na na me to ngaji soso. Bagol ngaji ne kata.
Nari kata engke.
Na ada engke na bunga ngopata. Ninya na bunga tanga juole. Na ta engke nyoro. Kona na bunga rogono. Na ta kuna china na si kuna na kata na si kuna igu. Na gon jelle bona.
After all the posts are in place, they are fastened and tightened using a binding wire, and to achieve this, the women use their bare hands. No gloves, no pliers. Once the roofing structure is in place and is stable, the women move into another step. Here, they get soil from the nearby farm that will be used on the roof. More twigs, branches, and leaves are also brought. Before they put all this, a polythene paper is first used at the base.
Buku muta ate bikin benne. Amun sab bikin de bagada anggar le sada ate bikin. Kesa ide anggar le sangulo ba met ba modo ga tuanga di. Om benne. Ilta por om benne. Nagu nelo gu bikin de anggar le sa ba me onga ilta pa to.
The leaves and branches help down to cool the house as well as hold down the soil in place. They are spread evenly across the roof. The soil is then added to the rooftop and also spread evenly. By the end of day 6, the women leave knowing that only a small part of the construction process remains.
Amana nangaja lokop nagjo na changai na da go yago sai tin rangai nikri nonga ya na sha jo ka changai tera so jo tanga tin poken amana nangaja lokop pi ngaju sobat pi ni kada chata nagjo nanga ya cham go tera ga jo ngai ya.
On the following day, the women were able to plaster the outside of the house, ensuring that it has a beautiful finishing. The door is added using local materials. The just concluded Manyatta will serve as a Samburu Beads shop guest house in Naiborkeju, and thus is given a modern touch with improvised contemporary seats and equipped with bedding.